Hello fellow homebodies, welcome back to my channel, Catskill Mountain Homebody. Alright, after a brief trip to Tampa, Florida, I am back in the Catskills, ready to start filming some more this summer. Alright, today we are going to do a craft project. Alright, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a craft project that I introduced in an earlier video. All right, so this craft project is going to celebrate the Bicentennial Celebration in the U.S., which was 1976. That was the 200th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence during the American Revolution. For those of you who are not American, I do know some of my subscribers are not living in America. I have a subscriber living in Australia and subscribers living in other countries. So yes, the Bicentennial was in 1976. It was the 200th anniversary of the U.S. declaring independence from England and later on winning the Revolutionary War. So in 1976, there were big celebrations around the U.S. to celebrate the Bicentennial. I was 6 years old, and as I mentioned in an earlier video, my neighborhood in New Jersey had a big block party that day, and they had in my garage a flag hung on the wall, and they took everyone's photograph in front of the flag, and then they made them into these buttons. So I thought it would be fun. I found my family's buttons that I'm going to put them in a shadow box. So let's look at what we got here. All right, the light's not great here, but I have 6 buttons. The only button that's missing is my sister's button. I don't know if she has hers or not. But if she ever finds it and she wants to add it, I can always put her button here. So, or put it in somewhere. All right, so let me just show you. These are the buttons, right, that I want to display. I bought this rectangular shadow box from Michael's. It has chipper hair in it. All right, so I bought this shadow box. And so my plan is to hang the buttons in the shadow box. Okay. I wanted to somehow say in this shadow box that these were from the Bicentennial Celebration. So I was looking around Michael's and I thought, you know, what am I going to use to write the Bicentennial in the years? And so I found these beads. These alphabet beads in silver. And I thought, why don't I string up beads that say Bicentennial, maybe USA, and then I got some numbers that I can also string up that can say 1776 to 1976. And I thought that was what I would string on the top. And I don't know what I'm doing, really. I'm just winging it. And then I thought, and I'm not sure how I'm going to put these buttons on here. If I can actually undo this. If I can actually use that part of the pin and stick it in there. Or if I can maybe hang them. I haven't really decided how I'm doing this. I don't really know what I'm doing. Alright, these are extra buttons. I do have my thread for the numbers. I did get a pair of scissors that I might need to cut the string. And we're going to try. We're going to try to figure out how to do this. So I guess the first thing to do is open up this shadow box and kind of see what it is. I've removed the bottom part of the shadow box. All right, so they have 4 pins here, and they have just like a fake display of concert tickets. I'm going to take the pins out. I have more pins if I need them. All right, so this I'm going to discard because we don't need fake tickets. All right, so this is covered in a cloth, and I think I should be able to just undo the pin part. Should be able to undo the pin part and just stick it in there. So of course I'm not gonna do that until I figure out where I want to lay everything. Now I think I'm gonna do 2 pins together. Okay. I think the first thing I want to do though is work on the string. Is work on these beads and then figure out how I'm gonna hang them on the back of this. So let me take out the beads I need to write the words Bicentennial. So this comes in a little Ziploc bag, which is very handy because I can use what I need and then zip up the rest for another project. All right, so let's take out the beads we need for Bicentennial. I'm going to cut the string. It's a little long. All right, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to add this to the board in a minute. Let's string up USA next. I'm going to put that underneath it. Got to make another knot in my thread. Little knot. Little knot. All right, so I got my Bicentennial on the string and my USA. I'm going to cut the thread for the USA now. I got to figure out how I'm going to string this up onto my board. That's the next mission, but I need to string up my numbers next. I'm going to run upstairs and get some more of my pins. All right, I'm going to take a break from working on my 4th of July craft project to show you my sewing basket. Okay, so little backstory. I got married in the late 1990s, and you might not equate a late 1990s bride with wanting to sew. Seems like something a bride in the 50s would want to do, not so much in the 90s. But I always loved crafts and I love sewing, cross stitch, and so a friend of the family for my bridal shower gifted me this sewing basket. So let me show you. So this is the sewing basket that I was gifted for my bridal shower because she knew that I loved crafts. Her name was Pat. So if we open it up, and it has this little pretty latch, and if we open it up, ooh, it has little pockets for pins. She gave me she loaded this with all kinds of goodies. So she got me scissors and measuring tape, safety pins, a thimble. This is actually a vintage thimble from Japan. I think she gave that to me also. Boxes of pins, which I'm going to use now for this project. And then you can lift up that little tray. And then there are little Tupperware. These are more pins in here. All kinds of thread, some cross stitch. These are some cross stitch cards my father gave me that I have yet to do. I need to do. Extra cross stitch fabrics in here. Another little tomato needle holder. This is a little button holder. So cute for extra buttons. And I saved the card she gave me. She's since passed away. She passed away in the early 2000s, but I saved the card she gave me, my bridal shower card. Let's show you. For your shower. So pretty. And she wrote, "For dear Amy, a gift that brings warm wishes for sunny skies of blue and a lifetime filled with happiness and many dreams come true. My love, Pat." So I always keep the card with the gift, so I remember who gave this to me for my bridal shower in the late 1990s. Okay, so that stays in there. Oh, look who joined us. Little Chippy Bear. Hey, Chippy. Hi, Chipper. You want to come with Mommy? Mommy's playing with her toys. Okay, let me put this stuff away real quick. I'm going to be using these pins to pin things to the shadow box. All right, figuring out how I'm going to do this. I don't really know what I'm doing. I am winging it. That's what we're going to call this. Okay, so I want to put Bicentennial at the top of the shadow box. I want to put USA below it. And then the dates. Yeah, the dates are going to be an issue, I think. I think I'm going to have to I'm not going to be able to use the string for the dates because they're not going to lay correctly, I don't think. I think when I try to hang this on the wall, they're going to be all together bunched up. That's going to be an issue. Whereas that's not going to happen with these squares because these squares are thick and they're strung together in such a way that they won't bunch up like the numbers will. So I think what I'm going to have to do is individually pin. I'm going to get rid of the string on the numbers. And I'm going to have to individually pin the numbers. Yeah, we're going to get rid of the string too. Live and learn. See, we're just living and learning. We're just going to have to do it this way. And I'm going to lay all of this out before I hang it in the shadow box. Okay, so my first mission is to figure out how am I going to hang the bicentennial words, the word bicentennial. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a loop on each side of bicentennial, and I'm going to loop and I'm going to keep it together, hang it with one of these pins. Now I'm going to use red, white, and blue pins. Okay, I just grabbed a bunch of different red, white, and blue pins. Little stick pins. This is some white ones. This looks like a little pearl. Then I got some red and blue ones. Here's the tricky part. I'm going to make a hoop on each side of this, and I'm going to hang it that way. So let's do that first. Okay. I'm going to take all these other ones off for now while I figure out how to hang Bicentennial. All right, so I tied the rope, the string, around one of the pins, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, on this side. And then we're going to see how it looks. I don't know, I'm winging it. Wish me luck. I'm going to make another hoop on this side. Well, I don't know how well you can see this with the glare, but I have hung up Bicentennial. I think it looks okay. It's not perfect, but it's kind of centered. And I'm going to put USA underneath it. Let's do that next. And I'm going to cut off the excess thread later after it's all set up and I know where it's going to go. All right. I got my Bicentennial hanging here. Now we're going to go with USA. All right. I think I'm going to use the red pins for USA. So let me make a little knot on one side. Okay, that's it. It's not perfect, but it's not horrific. And it's our family history for 4th of July. I wanted to get this done before 4th of July, and it's still June, so I'm right on track. All right, let me show you where I'm going to hang this. When my brother was little, this bicentennial Mickey Mouse plate hung in his bedroom. And it's Mickey Mouse dressed as a Revolutionary War soldier, a patriot. And it says 1776 to 1976. And when we were downsizing my parents' house, my brother didn't want it. He didn't really want much. And so I snagged it because I love history. So I'm going to hang up my bicentennial buttons and my Mickey Mouse bicentennial plate together. What is happening? You're on patrol? Thanks for joining me today for this 4th of July craft. Hope you enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it that much. I like crafts. This was a tedious one. Tie each individual thread to the pin. It took a long time. It wasn't that much fun. But now that it come together and I see my family's bicentennial pins on the wall, and it reminds me of that 4th of July, I'm very happy that it's done. And this 4th of July, my parents are coming to visit, and they haven't seen these pins in a long time because when I found them, I just put them in my purse. I didn't show it to them. So I didn't show it to them. So when they come here for 4th of July, I'm going to unveil my 4th of July bicentennial memory shadow box. That's what I'll call it. Oh, Chipper's having his little bone. It's bone time. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you're all enjoying your month of June. See you next time.